Samsung's Galaxy Unpacked event just took place, and we were introduced to a massive phone called the Galaxy S20 Ultra. Now, I don't mean just massive in size, but those cameras too, with a 108 megapixel camera and a 48 megapixel camera to complement it. So that got us thinking, is iPhone gonna be able to do enough to compete with the S20 Ultra? First thing is, we need a new design. The iPhone 11 Pro, which is the current iPhone, still pretty much looks like the iPhone 10, which was released in 2017. The iPhone, of course, has its own kind of aesthetic and sleekness to it, but it's really starting to look like an aging phone, especially looking at the Galaxy S20 Ultra. With its thin bezels and AMOLED display, the edge-to-edge screen just looks leagues ahead of the iPhone 11 Pro, and that's something we need to see changed on the iPhone 12. For that to happen, we need the notch to shrink. We love Face ID, don't get us wrong, but we need that to shrink to get those thinner bezels and that more futuristic look on the iPhone 12. With that said, don't go compromising battery life for a thinner aesthetic. Last year, we got a little bit of a thicker and heavier iPhone, but nobody could really tell much of a difference, but we did see the difference with the battery life, and that was something that everybody appreciated. We don't yet know how the S20 Ultra's battery life is going to shake out, but we know that it has a huge screen and 5G, which are going to draw a lot of power. There's a 5,000 milliamp hour battery to back that, but I wouldn't be surprised if we still got just about a day or even less. With the iPhone 11 Pro Max, it wasn't uncommon to get into a day and a half of usage before you really had to charge things up. So if you can replicate that kind of battery life with the aesthetic that Galaxy S20 is bringing, then you'll have a real winner here for Apple. Next, we have to talk cameras, because Samsung is bringing the heat here. They are stacking this with a 108 megapixel main camera and a 48 megapixel telephoto lens that does 10 times optical zoom and up to 100 times digital zoom, plus an ultra wide angle lens, which both the iPhone and Galaxy already share. Still, those numbers are insane and certainly going to give you a lot of detail that you're not going to get with lesser numbers, simply put. More megapixels don't always necessarily translate to better photos. What it means for sure, though, is that you're going to have higher levels of detail and more data in the shot. So we don't necessarily need Apple to cram a bunch more megapixels into there to up that photo quality, because honestly, it's already really good. What we do want to see, though, is that optical zoom, especially with the iPhone's superb image stabilization. A 10, 5, or even 3 times optical zoom like we have on the regular S20s would be an amazing addition to have on your iPhone. When Samsung told us that the S20s were going to be capable of 8K video capture, we all took a step back and said, wow, but do we need it? Need? Maybe not yet, but it will be very useful in the future. Right now, there are 8K TVs that you can stream from your phone to a Samsung QLED TV and see that in the stunning 8K video capture that you recorded it in, but it's not going to quite be the same kind of deal when you go to other platforms. One of the coolest things about this, aside from future-proofing yourself for next-level video capture and sharing, is the fact that you can pull 33 megapixel stills from these images. With that ability, you don't ever have to worry about taking a video and missing the moment for a photo, because you can always just go back in and pull out a super high-resolution picture from it. If we could get this kind of capability on iPhones, which are devices that are pretty well known already for their ability to be held onto for years, then this would really move the iPhone 12's future-proofness up to the next level. Speaking of being future-proof, I personally don't care about 5G right now, but we're all gonna care about it in the future. And that's something that the Galaxy S20 Ultra has right now, and the iPhone doesn't. If I'm looking to hang on to my iPhone 12 for 3, 4, or 5 years, which is about how long Apple typically supports each device with software updates, then I'm gonna need 5G on that device to stay current and to be able to do a lot of the things that 5G is gonna bring to us. Lastly, we need the iPhone 12 to start at $1,000. One of the many reasons that people are hanging on to their phones longer is because of the skyrocketing price of phones. The Galaxy S20 Ultra costs $1,400 to start. So Apple, we know it's not easy to step over the competition in every area year after year, but these are some pretty small asks. And based on some of the rumors we've been hearing, not that you've confirmed any of course, we think that these are some things that you're already taking into consideration and could easily do very soon. One thing's for sure though, is that Samsung's turned in a monster of a device with the Galaxy S20 Ultra. So whatever happens in September when the iPhone is usually launched, we know we're in for a heck of a fight. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, make sure to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and check out digitaltrends.com for more tech news and stories.